Welcome to the unguided meditation party. I just want to say that since you got here, I learned a lot about myself. I flew my first experimental kite the other day, and there was a bunch of kids watching, and I said, guys, when you get to be my age, and I'm getting up there, man. And then the kid said, well, what do you think about at night? And I said, I think about the fact that I'm going to eat eggs in the morning. And they said, well, I thought you were going to say something about death or something. And I said, no, I have to subvert expectations. Fuck you. Don't put me in a corner. And I flew my kite into the sky, and 3 people dressed up as what? They're dressed up as dolls. Isn't that pretty crazy? And they said, you don't know me, but I know you. I said, I know that you think that, but let me talk into this microphone real quick. I mean, let me really talk into it loud, because right now I'm talking into the ether, right? But I want to be more, what do they call it in the microphone business? Omnidirectional with things. So I'm going to talk directly into the microphone. I mean, I was talking physically into the microphone before, but I wasn't mentally. I was just holding the microphone and my mouth was in front of it, but I wasn't talking into it. I wasn't talking to it. I wasn't interfacing with the microphone. I was just merely talking and letting it fall into the microphone, and that's not enough. Don't you understand? It's not enough. You've got to be intentional with your actions. You got to be intentional, but you can't also, because you got to be a sideways Philip screwdriver down in the driveway watching the cars go by, and you look in the windows and you see a family of kids. No parents, just a family of kids. How does that happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happens. It happens because we live in a world where anything can happen. I believe I've heard that. Yeah, I don't believe it, though. I don't believe it. I'm going to stop talking into the microphone now. I'm just going to talk, but I'm going to hold the microphone in front of my mouth. But I'm not going to talk into the microphone. My intention will not be one where I am being intentional. The microphone will merely become a collector of waves, like a sailor's boat. Is that what a boat is? Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that analogy is kind of shitty. But guess what? I got no time to reflect, and I got no time to doubt myself anymore, because you notice the thing about people who succeed is they don't have doubt, or if they do, they leave it on the shower floor with shampoo and whatever else whatever else they do in that shower. You're listening to the Unguided Meditation Party, hosted by me, localteen. Now, I used to do contour line drawings of my desires, and I've realized something about my desires is they were all kind of running along a line. The line shifted and bobbed like a kind of a boxer. Isn't that that's a pretty cool metaphor there? Pretty cool simile. But anyways, I realized my desires. Now that simile, though, isn't it cool to compare things with other things to express what a thing is? I mean, the thing, needs a context, baby. And a baby's context is mommy, daddy. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I got this line drawing, okay, of me, of my desires, because what am I besides my desires, right? Because I'm like really into that kind of stuff. I like deep thoughts. I like taking showers. I like watching, the shampoo. I like when I watch it. I just watch it. I'm really I can do that because I'm it's philosophy really, but it's also like performance art that no one can see except for me. But I got a hunch that if this is a simulation that we're all in, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Then there are a lot of people watching me. So when I'm sitting in the shower and I'm just looking at the shampoo sitting over there on that shelf thing, I'm just watching. I'm like, this is really conceptual. It's and even if no one's watching in like another universe or another layer of reality, or just on the end of the equivalent of like a really nice Dell computer in another like universe. Or layer of life, universe. Come on, that's kind of a cliche, right? To say like, different layers of universes. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. I mean, like, is an apple core so dissimilar from a fucking apple peel? Well, let's break it down. I'm not going to break it down because that's exactly what these intellectuals want us to do. They want us to get out our apple peelers, start gouging things until they're sitting in twirly lines on the floor. Oh yeah. So my contour drawing of my desires, or am I just my desires? You see how I say that? It's like my desires. That's sort of how the line drawing looks. It's very, very revealing of who I am. One time I drew a thing. Did I really draw it, or did my desires draw it? But then I say that thing about how I'm really just my desires. So what's the difference? That's pretty interesting stuff right there. I don't even know how I can recover from that. I just heard a noise now. I have to check my phone out. Isn't that weird? It's not weird. You remember landlines? So I had that line drawing, and I was looking at it, and I was just inspecting it, like, because it's what is it? It's a line. It's ink or pencil, but this one was ink. And I was looking at it, and I saw myself in it. I said, I'm kind of like this. I got these kind of curves. I'm you're not in the kind of I'm not being lascivious about myself. I don't it's just curves. Everyone has curves. The human shape is very curvy. Yeah. Some more than others. Just kidding. So I was just sitting there and I was looking at it and I thought to myself, what is that? That looks like a radio. That looks like and I was like, this is like clouds. And I thought, you know what, clouds. And it's really interesting insight. I thought it was really interesting. I was like, clouds, isn't that funny? It's like the original abstract painting, right? It's like, who painted that? Now, if I were a religious man, I would say that God painted that. He wanted to free our minds. He wanted to give us something, that was that had no use to us in a way. Because a tree, we can look at the shape of it, and we're really going to inspect it in a very pragmatic way. But then if it's like clouds in the sky, before we realize stuff about weather patterns and crops, whatever, we're going to look at it. But even then, we're going to look at it and we're going to go, I can't get up there. I have no use for it. So let's make it kind of an impractical affair when I interact with that part of the world. And I say, what's that cloud look like? And then that's where everything comes from. Same with stars. That's God. God created stars. If I was a religious person, I would say God created stars so we could learn to interpret the clouds, because stars are even more impractical than clouds, initially, before we get good at like really arranging our worldview to incorporate the larger patterns and everything, because we navigate with stars, right? But with clouds, it's like they just move. They're very, very artsy. We don't except for to a farmer. But a farmer, it's like an example of, you look at different people look at different things in a different way. A farmer sees clouds as an indication of his livelihood. Is his daughter going to be able to eat? Maybe. What's that? Is that bunny cloud? He doesn't care if it looks like a bunny. He cares if it looks like it's coming near the fucking house. And there's a guy I knew. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna go that random where I'm like, how do you get from there to there? It's like, it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Why are you looking at me? See, that's an example of like an outburst that's very arbitrary. Why did I do that? What does it mean? But then it's like, what does the line drawing mean? Well, it means that I wanted to do a line drawing, and I had some subconscious thing, right? Oh, that's really interesting, a subconscious thing. Now, that's interesting. Thinking about that kind of stuff, it's like, could, be more confusing? Isn't that, what is that Friends show? That's what Chandler would say probably, but I like Wings. That's a good sitcom, and see how, it's weird how I got to Wings, but then it's like clouds and stars and birds have wings, but they don't fly to fucking stars. They don't even fly to clouds because a bird doesn't give a fuck about clouds. You think they do? I actually don't know. What I find interesting is how birds can see. They can see a more dense range of colors. Dense? Is that a way to describe a range of colors? I don't know. Maybe. But I did it, and I think you understand what I meant. I don't know. So I saw the Chinese food delivery guy coming up the steps, and he was not even Chinese. He was Mongolian. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what any of that is. And I apologize to any delivery people. I was a delivery person years ago. And it was one of the greatest days of my life. I didn't mean for that to turn into a very tied and true joke form, because I worked there more than a day, but I tried to keep it fresh, right? Each day was the first day, so at the end of it, I just had a bunch of first days of being a delivery guy, and I never really felt like there was a second day. I also wasn't, very good at it, because I just went in there with a clean slate every day and said, like, what do I do? Where do I take this? Why am I doing this? And they were like, yeah, well, we'll keep you on because we don't want our business to succeed. And I said, good, because that's also how I live my life, and that's why we get along, me and that family of people who controlled that Chinese restaurant. Controlled? Why did I say that? Controlled. I mean, they did control it, but what a weird word to describe running a restaurant. Do we call managers of Walmart controllers? But then controllers because of video games, right? See, another cool connection. This is why it's an unguided meditation party, because it's just like a party in your mind, right? It's like, woo, like a roller coaster, but it's not, because a roller coaster has very delicate design that is meant to have peaks and valleys or whatever, And it's interesting because it's not all just the same thing. And what I'm doing right now, it's all the same thing. It's not a roller coaster. It is pointless. But it's not pointless at all, actually. You should keep listening. Whatever I do a thing, you should listen to it or watch it or just devour it and show everyone you know. But don't, because they'll judge you for it. Mind blindness is a very interesting thing. It's when you can't see other people's minds. You can conceptualize it in a way, but it's very subjective. So you don't have this idea where you're like, well, all people are like this or like this. But you never want to, it's generalizations on, fucking generalizations. So my contour line drawing, now that was an interesting time. I'll tell you that. I felt like, I don't know. What's that guy name? What's his name? That fucking dude. Clint Eastwood? No, he's a singer. What is that dude? Dustin Hoffman? Did you do? Frank Sinatra, that's what his name is. Okay, I see a car. Now I'm in a car. That's not the car I saw. I did see that car. I should have made that more clear. I see another car. I'm in front of a road. I like to do things in front of roads. Well, I don't like to, but I'm used to because my house, now that motherfucker, the place where I live, that motherfucker on a road, motherfucker. That shit is on a road. You know how people say, like, that's on a roll. I say, that's on a road, because it's usually true. I mean, if you're not on a road, of any sort, even a dirt road, you got problems, buddy. Or you're just, like, really cool and you hike to your house. I take that back. I don't know why I said that. That's, like, the most interesting, awesome thing that can exist is not having a, I just thought I went deaf for a moment. What happened there? I'll never know, but I'm gonna, I'm gonna look into it. My ear with the web camera. Just kidding. Now, that line drawing, now I'm getting to the end of this, because I want these to be about 20 minutes of unguided meditation in the form of a party. It's a verbal party, right? I mean, did you get enough to eat? Did a guy come around with a tray full of, what are those things, crudité? I don't know. You probably wouldn't put crudité on a tray. That's kind of like a rhyme, crudité on a tray. Now, I'm going to take that back. That is, it's not inappropriate, but it's disgusting. Just, on a level that of I don't know. I'm really just falling apart now. Let's get to a more sensible form of guided meditation. Okay, let's do this. Think about Okay, I don't really know how to do this, but think about your mom. Was that a thing? Think about your mom. What's your mom's name? Think about your dog. Is this doing anything for anyone? But I'll just keep going. Think about your childhood. Think about, what's that guy? Frank Sinatra. Think about Clint Eastwood. Think about contour line drawings. Think about a car. How many cars do you see in one day? You try to count it. Count your teeth. How many catchphrases do you create unknowingly each day when you wake up? What is your dream? What are your dreams like? Do you ever dream of me? Did it hurt when you fell from that flatbed truck? Because I want to have sex with you. That's a pickup line, and you can use it. It's actually a pickup truck line, but you can use that. What do you want from me? Okay, that's not very thoughtful or, like, pontificate, but what do you need? What do you want in your pizza? Is that a guide? Is that meditation? What do you need? Excuse me, sir. Can I help you with anything? No, we sold our Jeeps, motherfucker. We sold our Jeeps. We sold all our Jeeps. No, we sold our Jeeps, bro. If you want a Jeep, go somewhere else. I'm just kidding. We got plenty of Jeeps. Oh, we just hit 20 minutes. Sorry to stop so abruptly. Abruptly? I don't know. And, I don't really say that. It's not a good word. I'm going to abruptly stop saying abruptly. Abrupt? Fuck this. I can't talk. I just want everybody to know this was Local Teens' fantastic unguided meditation party, brought to you by Lens Crafters and food. What do you want for dinner? That's the catchphrase. Good marketing team. The Food Council. What's for dinner? What's for dinner, bro? I don't say bro. Why did I say bro? I mean, I don't want to comment on everything I say, but I do. Because the comments about comments, now those are the comments that I want to comment on. And whatever I want to comment on, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear from you. That's the goal for this week. I'm going to give you a goal. And it's really just a goal for me to give you a goal. I don't need goals. I got things going, okay? I got a lot of plates on the iron, okay? So I just want you to know, here's your goal. Here's the game. It's a game. I want you to think about what's your favorite candy bar. Buy that candy bar. Go to the nearest store. Buy that candy bar. Say, talk to the candy bar, but like it's a sandwich. Isn't that kind of random and weird? Isn't that weird? Talk to a candy bar like a sandwich? I mean, what does that even mean? You don't talk to a sandwich. But how do you talk to a woman or a man? How do you talk to them? What do you say to them? What do you see when you look into their eyes? Are you thinking about what they're thinking about? Because, we all got eyes in our minds. We get a lot of meaning from that, right? So what's going on up there? Now, when you're talking to a person, talk to them like a sandwich. And we all know the way you talk to a sandwich is kind of like how you talk to a candy bar. And how do you talk to a candy bar? You put it in your mouth, one bite at a time, you chew it up, you say, that's pretty good. But instead, this time, when you're eating that candy bar, think about what's in that candy bar's mind. What is it, what does it think about? What does it want to be when it grows up?